I'm in our Pink Math Journal on page 76, and we're going to talk about the word decompose. What does it mean to decompose a number? Max?
Break it down.
To break it down into smaller numbers. Now, this is something that you have done in the past. If I said to decompose the number 10, what are some ways that you could decompose the number 10?
6 and 4.
6 plus 4. What else could we do?
5 and 5.
5 plus 5.
7 and 3.
7 plus 3. It's the same with fractions. So that's how we decompose a whole number. We can decompose a fraction in the same way. So for example, our fraction 5/7, we have a model here that shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is one way that I could decompose 5/7? Tell me a way that I can decompose 5/7. Break it down into two smaller numbers. Yes.
7, 3, 7.
Okay, so I could do 3/7, and I'm just going to shade those in one color. Well, 3/7, yeah. And then I could do 2/7. And I'm going to show that in a different color. And to show that in numbers, looks like this. 3/7 plus 2/7, and then that's a way to break down 5/7. Give me another way that I could decompose 5/7. What's another way I could decompose it? Sam?
1 and 4.
Okay, I could do not 1 and 4, 1 what? Give me the fraction. 1/7
4 7.
and 4/7. Okay, so we have 1/7 plus 4/7. Do we always have to only break it down into two numbers? No, I could break it down into 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7. That still equals 5/7. So give me a way to decompose 5/7 using at least three numbers. Nolan?
You can do 1, 2, 2.
Well, not 1, 2, and 2.
1 7.
1/7 plus 2/7 plus 2/7. And that's another way to decompose 5/7 into smaller fractions. 1/7 plus 2/7 plus 2/7. So when you come across a question on a quiz or a test or a Practice Buddy 9-2, that is what the word decompose means. Now let's talk for a minute about adding fractions. How many 12ths are represented in this problem? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 12ths. Plus how many are over here? Brady? 3 12ths. Now I know that you guys know this. When we add fractions, number one, they have to have a common denominator. Number two, we only add the numerator. And number three, we always reduce our fraction answer. Okay, so just to show you really quick, and I think that you guys know this, but I just want to be clear, and I'm just going to show you a different fraction. If I wanted you to add 1/3 plus 1/3, what does that equal to? What's 1/3 plus 1/3? Trace? 2/3. But sometimes you guys, maybe not you guys, but sometimes students might add the denominator. And I just want to show you what that looks like. If we added the denominator instead of 1/3, what would I have? 2/6. And this is what that looks like. Is that the same? No. Okay, a sixth and a third are not the same. Kind of think of it like you're adding inches and feet. Okay, or you're adding two different things. Okay, if I just want to know how many thirds, I only add my numerator. And again, I think that you guys knew that, but I just want to make sure that you understand why you don't add the denominator. Okay, so 6/12 plus 3/12. What is the answer? Macy. 9/12. And then we said that we have to reduce that to simplest terms. What can 9 and 12 both be divided by? Kinley. 3. 9 divided by 3 is 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 6/12 plus 3/12 equals 3/4. You always need to look and decide if a fraction can be reduced to simpler terms. Now, let's look at this problem. How many tenths are in this picture? How many tenths are in this picture? 8. How many tenths are in this top one, the one whole? 10. So we have 10 tenths, because I can't do, sorry, I skipped ahead. 1 minus 8 tenths. And I need to have, what did I say that I need to have, Eli, in order to subtract or add? The first thing I said, you have to have a what? Noah? A common denominator. So 1 has no denominator. What can I make 1 so that I have a common denominator, or a denominator of 10? How many tenths is equal to 1 whole? Kinley? 10 tenths minus 8 tenths, and that leaves me with what? What does that leave me with? Brady? 2 tenths. And can I reduce 2 tenths? What can they both be divided by?
2.
They can both be divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So your answer there is 1/5. Okay, I think that's pretty easy. All right, so let's look now at the learning takeaway. First of all, we just need to make sure that we understand the word decompose means to break apart. Okay, if you have a mixed number, you will change the mixed number to an improper fraction. Then decompose. So let's just do an example. If we have a mixed number, let's say 1 and 3/7. What is the mixed number? What's the improper fraction for 1 and 3/7? Okay. What is the improper fraction for 1 and 3/7? Amanda. Yeah, so that equals 10/7. So I can decompose 10/7 how? Give me a way to decompose it. You can pick any way. There's 7 or 8 different ways you can decompose 10/7. Give me one. Harper. 3/7. Yeah, 3/7 plus 7/7. How else could I do it? Give me another way. Whose hand hasn't been up yet? Eli, give me another way. 10/7 equals what? 5/7 plus what? What? Right, 5/7 plus 5/7. Okay, so first you'll turn it to an improper fraction, then decompose. Okay, when adding and subtracting fractions, what do you have to have? What do you have to have? Every hand should be up. When we add and subtract fractions, we must have what? Yes, a common denominator. So that means you may have to find an equivalent fraction. I'm just going to tell you, you will have to find an equivalent fraction. Okay, what did we say? After we add and subtract, we have to what? Reduce. Answers must be in lowest terms. Okay, go ahead and complete these 3 problems. Complete these 3 problems on Journal 75, and then go back to Journal 66, and you have a decompose these 2 numbers on page 66. So start on 75, then go to 66. Okay, if you are watching the video, you can send me a picture of page 75 and a picture of page 66. Okay, you are also being assigned Practice Buddy 9-2. I am going to give you a few minutes to start on that, and then we will work on our tiny houses. Okay?